Alright, welcome to another hive inspection. This is the original hive, and we are going to take this off. So this is our winter insulation material up here. It's just wood chips. Specifically their apple, because that's what they had at the store. I'm not sure this was their intended use, but okay, let's see how these guys are doing. Well, they look super healthy. Just saying hello. These are just some unscented dryer sheets that are part of our hive beetle prevention strategy. They're gradually purplizing them, and pick up more unscented dryer sheets was on my to-do list today, and that's one of the things I forgot about. So let's see what we got. Alright, got some honey stores here on the edge. Got some empty comb on that side that you're looking at now, but we've got honey and nectar on this side, which looks great. Alright, honey and nectar over here. And honey, we still got a little bit of bee bread and nectar on this side. Alright, we've got lots of capped brood over here, lots of honey. Lots of cat brood, lots of honey. Brood looks super healthy. And I'm just peeking around for the queen to see if we see her. She's not marked, but we found her last time, and she is quite a beauty. Got some cat brood, some bee bread, and then lots of honey around the edges. A really good amount of honey. And we've got larvae. And then we've got some nectar all the way out at the edges. I do still see one drone in here, so they haven't kicked out all the guys.
Maybe he knows how to camouflage himself good enough. Or maybe he's... never mind.
Good entertainment?
Yeah. Now that's the old hive, ain't it?
Yes.
Maybe they keeping you around in case they got to remake another queen.
So a queen would actually fly out to go on our mating flight specifically so that she's very unlikely to mate with somebody from her own hive. Don't see the queen, but we've got lots of honey, lots of nectar. I'm just going to take off
Get
this.
some more wonky cone.
Yeah. It was to encourage them not to build weird stuff, but also because it makes great chapstick. Alright.
The honey business ever not take off, we can make chapstick.
Yep. Alright, so we've got all honey over here. Oh, here she is. The lady of the hour. Right there. Nice long body. And she looks like she's over here looking for spaces to lay. So, as you can see here, we laying eggs in here.
And they're not replenished their army.
No, during the winter when resources are less, they slow down rather dramatically.
Maybe
Comes to the laying.
Hey, the freezing weather we had a week ago, and then nice sunshine. Maybe she just don't know what to do.
Well, she's doing a fantastic job.
It's our
This hive
tablet
looks
South Carolina
much stronger than
weather.
it was looking before we had her. If you haven't seen Hive Inspection 7 and 8, I encourage you to check those out. That was when we lost our queen and had to have some help from our friend who, in our hive next door, which donated a frame of brood over here. They made their own queen, and she has come back and really is doing a fantastic job. So she is young and fresh, and
Make it third winter, I hope.
yep, that's my plan. All right, I'm just gonna put the rest of our frames back in. They really do not slide at all because they have put so much stuff around them. This frame has, okay, and it's on there. Okay. I think part of the reason that this hive is so much stronger looking than the other hive is because we have that larger feeder in here. So every time we come, these guys get a gallon and the other guys get a quart. So obviously very different amounts. But also, these guys have two fewer frames, so their resources are spread across fewer frames, so it makes them actually look maybe even a little bit stronger than they are. Alright, and a little bit more smoke to remind them that they like me. Get this last one back in here. We are going to do one final syrup feeding before the winter. And the reason
This is our cute little Stafford. He's our bee dog. Not much of a hunting dog.
just hasn't given the opportunity. So we are feeding 2-to-1 syrup, which is 2 parts sugar to 1 part water. Their feeder's completely empty. Just give them one more boost before they go into the winter.
And this frame goes all the way across, right? Fill up that hole, it fills up all the way across.
Yep.
nice clear day out here.
Overall, I'm pretty satisfied that these guys are going to survive the winter. This is, by the way, an example of how these dryer sheets work. They just catch these things in here and they get stuck. They can't make it out. We also have a screen over shelf bottom board that has diatomaceous earth on it. And so the bees can walk on the little screen, but the hive beetles can't. They fall into the diatomaceous earth and bye-bye beetle. I've yet to see any honeybees having issues with walking across the dryer sheets. So that seems to work pretty well. Do the same thing we did on the other side, which is put this back on. I did off camera was move all the wood chips a little more in towards the middle. And then because these guys have an inside feeder, I just put a couple things across here just to lessen the space for cold air to escape, but not give much surface for condensation to happen on it. Because it's wood, it can absorb that condensation. Layer in these extra pine chips. We do have ants out here. Of course, I'm reluctant to put any poison anywhere near the bees. And I'm sure ants serve a purpose in the circle of life that is not biting me. And I have not yet determined what that purpose is.
Aerate the ground.
Try to do that.
Smells like Lou's hardware store.
Fresh pine. This too will probably be the last time we're in this hive this year. It is late November after all. Thanksgiving's in a couple of days. And with this being the last time that we're in here, we'll probably come back, have fun and try to feed them through the winter. You know, the hive really shrank a lot after the swarm we had at the end of summer. And I want them to have the resources they need to go through the winter. So, because they say that 50% of new beekeepers don't make it through their first winter, I am hopeful I will be part of the 50% that does. So, we shall see. The other thing that we've done to help them is they had already really propolized the entrance reducer. So, come around here. We put in a different entrance reducer, which is that we put some rocks in front of there. I'd actually done it with small rocks first, and I think the bees didn't like that. They pushed all the small rocks out. So I took bigger rocks and I put them up there to help them. But they seem to be doing fine with the rocks. All right, well, we'll see you next year.